The astral beings, they're able to pierce through the veil of our reality. They can see us. So we're being watched, but we can't see them unless, our sixth sense, our third eye is somewhat developed. Devin Holmes, welcome back to my channel, Light with Devin, where I help you embody your greatest self by finding the light within. Today's book that I want to talk about is the Autobiography of a Yogi. Now, this is Paramahansa Yogananda. Paramahansa Yogananda, this man, this soul, this being, he has changed the lives of millions of people. A few people that really got inspired by the book are people in the likes of George Harrison of the Beatles, who would actually pass out the book to anybody that he felt like was, out of a groove, out of alignment. He said that this book would really save them on their journey, but I recommend this book whether you're just starting out on the spiritual path, if you're advanced and you need, that new peak, that new inspiration. This book will give that to you. Steve Jobs actually read this book every single year for the last few decades of his life. He read it the first time as a teenager, and it really inspired him. And it's definitely a book that I'm gonna continue to read. I want to do it every year as well. Let's get to it. More than, bombard you with information, I really want to just inspire you to pick up a copy of that book. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share a few notes with you, because I love to take notes as I read my books. It helps me not only process the information better, but I feel like it does something to my subconscious. Just writing it down, seeing it. In this book, they talk about the sixth sense. Now, some of you may have heard about this, some of you may have not heard about it, but I'm gonna break it down for you. So we all know we have 5 physical senses. However, you have a sixth sense, and that sixth sense is your intuition. You have 2 eyes to see, this physical world. Then you have your third eye right here. Beam. Once you get that one open, you'll see things that aren't here. You'll start to see the spirit, God in a sense. You should see God in everything, and this book is a reminder to remember who you are. That's one thing I wrote down, is remember who you are as a child of God, because we're all children of the Most High. This book is such a reminder to meditate. Take some time for meditation. Meditation will solve most of all your problems. And it's really about that self-awareness and knowing who you are. We are souls. He writes that in the book. Man is a soul, and we have a body. But this body is not who we are. And he talks about in this book, one of the chapters, because throughout the book, he's meeting people. He's meeting, yogis. He's meeting people with all types of powers, And if you're reading the book, you might think, this is something, out of this world. It might not be real. But you feel the authenticity in this man, in this book. And that's why I encourage you to just read it yourself. Look at the stories. One story in particular I want to share with you is chapter 43. So chapter 43 is when Paramahansa Yogananda, he gets reunited with his guru, Sri Yukteswar. Now, Sri Yukteswar is the one who really guided Paramahansa Yogananda. And when Paramahansa Yogananda was in the West, he was in the United States, he fulfilled the prophecy of, yoga being spread to the West. Once that happened, he was out here, and his guru sent him a telepathic message. Yeah, telepathic. We all have that ability. So he sends him a telepathic message, I don't have a lot of time left. And Paramahansa Yogananda, he's bummed out about it. He's like, I gotta go back, I gotta go see my guru. So he goes back to India. However, he doesn't make it in time. So obviously Paramahansa Yogananda is bummed out. And one night, he's in his hotel room, and you wouldn't believe what happens. His yogi, his guru, Sri Yukteswar, he comes out, and he's in the physical body. He's not, it's not a vision. He's there. And I mean, if, you believe in Christ, you believe in Jesus, you know this is possible. Because Jesus, what did he do? After 3 days, he resurrected in his physical body, and then he took that physical body and ascended to heaven. So Sri Yukteswar, he visits Paramahansa Yogananda in the flesh. Yogananda's all grabbing onto him like, is this real? And he gives him a lot of wisdom. Like, this is the first time they really connect, in a sense. That's what I got from the book, is that, he would always be giving him wisdom, little, nuggets, but once he came and visit him, that's when a lot of the secrets were revealed about the astral world, about what happens after death. And I want to share some notes with you from that particular chapter. So they talk about this astral universe. There's a whole nother universe out there, believe it or not, the astral universe. And he says it's 100 times bigger than this physical universe. And the astral planets, they have this spring-like atmosphere. They don't have the seasons because they don't have the duality that we have. They're in more harmony. They're closer to God, in a sense, than we are here on this material earth. One thing that was interesting, because this world is a lot, more heaven-like. It's a lot more beautiful. People live 500 to 1,000 years. All this incredible stuff, but there's still divine order. He mentions that depending on your karma, that's what determines whether you're able to go to those higher, realms of existence, of, interaction. He describes it similar to here on earth, how, worms, they're in the soil. That's where they stay. Birds are in the sky. Everything has its own place. Everything has its time. And in the astral world, it's no different. So you're going to have, the bad souls, they're going to be limited in what they're able to do, what they're able to experience. And from what I read, that, the more pure your soul is, the more pure your energy, you're actually going to be able to experience, more bliss. A lot of it starts right now, because in the book, they also mention that, the astral beings, they're able to pierce through the veil of our reality. They can see us. So we're being watched, but we can't see them unless, our sixth sense, our third eye is somewhat developed. So develop that ability now, and you'll be set, for years and years to come. So another point, let me look at my notes real quick. Okay, so the bodies, like I said, we're talking about the astral world. And that's something that I want to talk about, is we actually have 3 bodies. So God encased the human soul in 3 bodies. You have your physical body, which is what everybody gets caught up in. That's why we have, this physical body, and that's just a part of who we are. But you also have your astral body and your casual body, which is more like just the mental plane, just things manifest instantly on that realm, even closer to source, heaven. I'm throwing a lot at you, but it's just a lot to read. So pick up the book. There's nothing like reading it yourself. I'm gonna keep saying that because I really want you to read the book. So going back to the astral body, the astral realm. In the astral realm, we actually don't have, painful death. We don't have unwanted death. All that happens because we're so caught up in the physical reality here. You know, something in me tells me that even here, you can choose the way you want to go out. If you were really connected, if you really prayed, if you're really with God, you wouldn't have to have a painful death. But that's my opinion. Let's get back to the facts. Let's get back to that real spill. This point I really like, and the point is that the deeper the self-realization of a man, the more that man, influences the whole entire universe through his subtle vibrations. Our vibe, we are the universe and us, humans, the universe, we're one and the same is what I'm trying to say. Tap in and you become more self-aware. You're able to affect, the whole universe, and you see yourself as one with the whole universe. I'm gonna wrap it up right now. I'm gonna send y'all some blessings, a couple more bars. After deep prayer and meditation, he is in touch with his divine consciousness. There is no greater power than that inward protection. There's no greater power. Can it be said any simpler? Go out and meditate, go out and pray, because that's what this life is about. It's like what I've seen in the book with Yogananda is he devoted his whole life to God, and he made a big impact in the world, and he made a big impact in my life. And one thing Yogananda says is to read less and meditate more, whether it be health, finances, peace of mind. Just take some time and worship the divine. So I hope you find this video, valuable. If you did, share it. Share it with somebody you love. And if you love yourself, pick up the book. I have a lot more coming soon. So if there's anything you want me to cover, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I stay with the flow. So that's it for today. Now it's time for me to pray. Peace.